Ladies and gentlemen, this is video 10 for Supplementary Angles. So a hockey player wants the blades on his skis to lie flat on the ice. If the player holds his hockey stick at 45 degrees angle, what lie angle should the stick be at? Or should the stick be? Explain how you know. So what do we know about supplementary angles? And if we know this is 45, well, let's see. Let me make a nice little... Okay, when I'm in a line, what do I know for sure though? I know that this needs to be 180 degrees from here to here, right? That's kind of 180, right? Okay, let me stop that and make it better. If I know this is 180 and I know this is 45, I'm looking to find is this lie angle here. So I can set up an equation like we did for the complementary. So let's try that. Okay, so I have x plus 45 is going to equal 180. I need to solve for x. So go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, check your answer. Did you in fact get that x is 130 degrees? You should have. When you take and subtract 45 from both, you're left with an x. And when you subtract 180 from 45, you get x equals 135. While we're waiting for this page to load, the learning target for this video is that supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So your learning target is, at the end of the video, I can find an angle, a missing angle for supplementary angles. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what you're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to take and know if one of these angles was missing, what it is, because it's going to be a sum of 180 degrees. So two angles that are supplementary, if their sums measured 180 degrees. These particular two happen to be adjacent angles, and so they're forming a straight line. A straight line by chance is 180 degrees as well. So we see measure of angle AOB plus the measure of BOC equals 180 degrees. Please note that this M right here is read as measure. This means angle, and this is telling you the points that you're looking at. So a measure of angle AOB. So this is what you're looking at when you're looking at this one right here. And we see that it's 90 degrees. Okay. If we move this around, we can see, since they're supplementary, that they can change, but they always add up to 180 degrees. Now, if these two angles aren't adjacent, but we're told they're supplementary, they still will add up to 180 degrees. And you can see these change as they change. So we now have 160 and 20, which is still 180. We started out with 90 and 90. So as these change, as long as they're supplementary, that they'll change with it. So if this was 100, this would be 80. Okay? That's just remember, these aren't adjacent at this point. They don't have to be adjacent to be supplementary. Okay, I have a quick challenge for you. Go ahead and put these into your notes. You want to draw the angle that's going to make these supplementary, adjacent supplementary. That means they're going to connect at the same vortex. And you're going to measure and find what is that angle of the missing angle to make these supplements. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully yours looks similar to mine. You might have decided over here to draw the angle straight out this way. Either way would have been fine, but we can see that when I have a straight line, that this measure becomes 130, so that the total supplement angles are 180. When I drew this angle to get the adjacent angles, I found that this was 15 degrees. When I combine both these angles to form supplemental angles, they're 180. Now this is the one, again, you might have gone this way, and that's totally fine. I just did this so it didn't run into that place over there. This is 90, so this would be 90, so that they would add up to 180 degrees. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have the measure of angle ABC equals 48.4, and we want to find the measure to its supplement angle. So please take a moment and see what you can find out. See if you can solve this. Okay, thank you for coming back. So we're going to see what we can do. So let me just put these in. Okay, your equation should have been set up like this. And then you would come in and you're going to subtract on both sides. We're subtracting 48.4 on both sides. Let's see if I get this in there. Okay. So I subtract 48.4 on both sides. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it looks a little messy, but I subtracted 48.4 on both sides. I needed to add a decimal and a zero so I could subtract this 4/10. I did my borrow and carrying and I got 131.6. So x equals 131.6.
What have we here? Aha! Find the angle 50 degrees.
So she's looking for the angle that is 50 degrees.
The answer will bring you treasures galore. Oh, oh, oh! I gotta watch out.
Okay, she needs to be careful there so she doesn't get hurt. So if we know that we're starting with the angle 50 degrees, using that with sun ray with the floor, and we know we need to find a supplementary angle to that, well, what is a supplementary value? It's 180, that's correct. So we need 2x is what we're being told this is, and we're being told this is 50. So we need to find what is this missing angle and also what is the value of x. Make sure we're reading carefully so we find everything we need to. Okay, so we set up with the equation of 2x plus 50 is equal to 180. Now I need you to solve for x. Okay, you should have found that x is 65 degrees. So make sure that you're subtracting 50 from both sides and then divide by 2 when you get to that point. I believe this is the last, oh, there's one more slide after this. And ladies and gentlemen, this is just another quick practice. So set this up and then check back to see if you have the correct answer. Okay, so we know that the angles 4x plus 74 equals 180. Subtract 74 from both sides. When you do that, you get 4x equals 160. We have a 4 being multiplied, so we need to do the inverse, which is divide by 4 on both sides. When we do, we get x is 26.5. So hopefully you're finding this to be pretty easy. This is very similar to everything we've been doing. We're just doing it within the terms of angles. Thank you.